Chapter 5, Disciplinary power has three principles: hierarchical observation, normalizing judgment, and examination. As disciplinary machinery developed over the course of the 17th century, it became evident that its power primarily lay in three areas. The first element was hierarchical observation. Observation and the gaze are key elements of power. This means that systems of coercion were enforced through invasive monitoring. Paragons for this sort of behavior and exercise of power had long been in place. By thesis practices, and through the human sciences, the notion of the norm developed. The military camp is a case in point. In the perfect camp, each individual forms part of a hierarchical network of individuals all watching over each other. Disciplinary power is based on a complex system of cross-monitoring, the efficiency of which is further increased by the deployment of geometry, right down to how tents are pitched. A captain's tent, for instance, is most likely going to look out onto his inferiors' quarters. Over time, the structures of military camps were also applied to working-class housing estates, hospitals and schools. Consequently, architecture became part of the arsenal of discipline. Buildings were designed so that what went on inside could be seen with ease from the outside. It had acquired a new function beyond practicality and aesthetics. The building of the École in Paris is emblematic of these methods. It is nothing short of an observatory. Pupils' individual dormitories were arranged down a corridor, along which, at regular distances, were officers' quarters. In addition, a window facing onto the corridor in each student's room meant each felt he could be observed at all times. The second disciplinary element was normalizing judgment. Simply put, this meant the increasing exercise of power through standards rather than through individual whim. So, in fields such as medicine or education, grades and ranks were given based on assessment of aptitude. A hierarchy was created. Punishment in these circumstances often involved repeated efforts to meet these new standardized norms. Finally, there was examination. Individuals were reduced to the status of cases that were to be looked over. Hospitals were the prime articulation of this new approach. They became sites where patients were subject to continuous examination under a doctor's control. Schools were no different. Arithmetic, spelling, handwriting and grammar were all subjects to be measured so that norms could be reinforced.